He wanted to be able to console him and talk to him. And the NCAA cracked Rick Majerus for taking the kid out for lunch. It's gone on, and it goes on in a variety of ways, interesting ways, deceitful ways. This is just one agent. And by the way, when you read the ledger sheet here of the money that was given or offered to these players, and most of these players didn't even sign with this agent. So I'm curious, whatever agency signed them, what they paid them to go there. And it's just one agent. All these other agents, and I'm sure all the other agents are above board. It's only this one agent here. We know that's not true. But it's widespread. I agree with Jay that, the NCAA, Mark Emmert, I think he tries. At least he goes through the motion as the president. He doesn't want this on his watch. But it's a cash cow here. Everybody's getting paid except for the people who are the ones providing the entertainment. And I think it still goes back to, how dare you ruin our March Madness here? Like you can't let these kids go pro. They one and done. No, we want them staying around. This is our March Madness. No, that's not the way it works. And Stan Van Gundy, the Pistons head coach, said this is racism. That he thinks it borders on racism, that you're not letting these kids, free enterprise, free marketplace, go out. If this is what you want to do, you all of a sudden don't get drafted, you don't get to play, whatever. You took this chance. People take chances every single day in life. Whether you go to college, don't go to college, what college you go to, what business you go to. That's what these kids are doing. And if this is all they know and all they want, all of a sudden we're going to be lifeguards for them. But we don't care about these other sports. And you let a baseball player have an agent, a hockey player have an agent. We can't let this student athlete. When Walter Byers, who was the head of the NCAA, came up with it, it was genius at the time. It was the student athlete, and they would always put that right in your face. Anything happened, the student athlete. No. They're athletic students is what they're called. They should rename this to athletic students, not the student athlete here. Because it feels like you get around all of this. Well, the student athlete is getting a free education here.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I like that.
Right here. Don't miss it.
We did the world a favor.
iHeartRadio. Listen everywhere. Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. What we got? You want it. When it happens in the sports world, we got it. From the one and dones in college hoops to the shade being tossed in the NBA. Puts it up and puts it in. From grown men driving in circles. To grown men skating on ice in circles with sticks.
He goes in front, shoots and scores!
Whatever sport it is, we've got it on Fox Sports Radio. This is Fox Sports Radio. It's a gauntlet of speed, chaos, and destruction when racing's biggest names visit fabulous Las Vegas for the next race of the 2018 NASCAR season. Don't miss the thrill. Hammer down now, come on. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
I'm a top at the show. I'm radio.
Steve Gorman Sports.
Wow, man.
From your mouth to Johnny Ramos' fingertips.
Man, it was great. I used to pick up Lee DeLatte. He was in his,
diapers?
Well, diapers and the thing you put in the car. What's that called?
Is baby car seat?
Carrier? Car seat. Yeah, we put him in there and just go sit on the back patio, listen to this, burn some steaks, tell each other lies. I love it.
Yeah, those are good times, man. The old NXS days. Car shopping can be confusing. Dealer price, list price, invoice, lots of things you got to keep up with. TrueCar is going to show you what other people paid for the car that you want so that you recognize a good price. When you're ready to buy a new or used car, visit TrueCar to enjoy a more confident car buying experience.
Donnie Martin and I used to listen to Foghat back in the day, too.
Is that true?
Yeah, I used to pick him up at lunchtime, go listen to some
Memory
Foghat.
lane.
Yeah.
This is
It's
good
one of those
stuff.
days, man.
Hey, I got good news for you. On the horn right now, Adam Vinatieri. You have any Adam Vinatieri memories you want to share?
Plenty. The guy won me a ring, for God's sakes.
Kicker for the Indianapolis Colts, Jeffrey Gorman's ring benefactor. Welcome to the NFL, Adam. Good to have you on, kid. We feel good about your chances of sticking around right now. It's exciting to get that rookie deal signed, though, huh?
You bet. It doesn't matter if it's the first year or the 23rd year. It's always good to have a contract and have a team that wants you around and have a place to call home for sure. So very jacked up and excited that I get a I got to play another season with the Indianapolis Colts and just be out on the football field for another year.
I was expecting to talk about, golf with you right now, the future, and you getting that handicap down. But no, we can still talk about yet another deal, and it is exciting. It's amazing to see this. When you first went to Indy, which has now been well over a decade, did you feel like you were already towards the end of things then, realistically?
I never thought I'd play 23 years. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought I still had a couple good years left in me at 32 years old, whatever. I thought I could play another 5, 6, 7, whatever. But, I didn't think I'd play when I was 45 years old. And it's been a blessing. I've been, knock on wood, I've stayed pretty healthy, and I've been surrounded by great teammates and great coaches that help me be the best that I can. And man, I tell you what, it's been awesome to be able to play this long. And I don't know how much longer it will go. Maybe it's this year, maybe it's 2 or 3 more. Who knows? I'm not putting time on it. I'm just enjoying every day and seeing how far it will go.
Oh, dude, would you stop it? You'll be going to your 55. Are you kidding? You're in great shape. You're the best at what you do, and they pay you a boatload of money. You ain't going anywhere. Come on, V.
You should be my agent, buddy. I appreciate you.
Okay, we'll get it going. All right. Hey, honestly, Adam Vinatieri, do you go into training camp thinking you could lose your job this year?
Well,
honestly, honestly.
I think I've got a pretty good head start on the competition moving into training camp.
Well, I didn't mean any disrespect by that. You don't understand what I'm saying, but in the kicking game and stuff, it's like, hey, get him in and bring this guy in. Maybe he's got it. You know how it's in and out for kickers, but not with you. But I wanted to see, was your mentality like, yeah, I could lose my job this year, even though I'm going to the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done?
I think it's for kickers, I think probably for any position, you're only 1 or 2 bad games away from not having a job. I feel that way, and maybe that's what's kept me in the league as long as it has. But I feel like you have to go out there and prove yourself every year. And at this point, they're probably looking at me going, when are the wheels going to fall off? So I think I prove myself every single day I step on the field.
Yes, he does, and I love watching you. Tell me about this one, okay? You guys are watching playoff football, getting ready for the season. Know that you have a new coach in place. His name's Josh McDaniels. He's going to come on board after the Super Bowl and the Patriots are done. How did you, Adam Vinatieri, find out that Josh McDaniels said, I am not coming north or wherever, west to Indianapolis?
Well, honestly, I had a friend of mine who's non-football related out in the Boston area send me a text and go, what in the explicit is going on right now? I said, what are you talking about? And he basically said, you got to go check out ESPN. And at that point, the rumors had started, and it looked like he was going down that route. Obviously, Josh is a great coach, but it's I think we lucked out, and we got a super good guy and a great coach, and maybe even a better fit than what Josh would have been for our organization anyway. And funny, I think it's funny that not like the Hoosier or the Colt Nation needed another reason to dislike the Patriots, but I think they just refueled that fire a little bit. I know that there's going to be even more reasons that the GM and the coaches and the players are going to want to beat them this year when we play them. Adam
Vinatieri is with us on Steve Gorman Sports ahead of his 23rd year kicking that ball through the uprights in the National Football League. So let's talk about this new coach, Frank Reich, and specifically, how much interaction do you have with a head coach? I think a lot of people assume kickers just live in their own world the whole time. What is it? How does that impact Adam Vinatieri's preparation and mood and vibe and thought?
Left of center, too strong, and it's Walker who hauls it in for Blue. Walker up the left sideline for Delaware State. Hawks still haven't made a field goal so far. Riley from the Maroon M bides his time. Baycoat marking, chest pass. This is Walker on the right sideline. Inside for Collins. Tip back out to Walker. 6 to shoot. Walker crosses up McIntosh, spins to his right. Fall back jumper at the right elbow, and he got it. Step back for Jonathan Walker. He called Kobe, and he gets it. 7-1. Eastern Shore trails 5 minutes into the ball game. McIntosh dribble driving in. Teardrop floater. Back iron. Rebound tipped out. Tyler Jones comes swooping in for it. Looks like he's held on the rebound chance, and Maryland Eastern Shore, after the foul against Jonathan Walker, will have the basketball when we come back. 15:02 to play in the first half. Your score: Delaware State 7, Eastern Shore 1 on the Shore Sports Network, nsfmsports.net.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore basketball is WTGM Salisbury, Delmarva's Fox Sports 960.
Back at the Heights, Eastern Shore trailing Delaware State 7-1. 15:02 to play in the first half. Eastern Shore 0 for 7 from the floor in the first 5 minutes. Logan Mcintosh 0 for 4 by himself. Nothing's fallen for the Hawks so far, Dave.
Yeah, I think Logan pushing a little bit. He'll calm down and have a good game for the Hawks.
Playing a little bit hot, and his entire family's here. It's his final home game. Everybody's here. I see a lot of different athletes from different sports in the crowd at the Heights Center. Bowling's across the way. They just had their sectional draw. They're off this weekend, but we'll have head coach Caleb Bandy on Hawk Talk Live, 6 o'clock Thursday night from M Street Grill on the Shore Sports Network. Hawk basketball. It's Gaynor in the left corner, out to Baycoat, slithering in at the left seam. Now it's out to Frost, fakes up, kicks out for McIntosh, reach around, Baycoat, catch and shoot 3, sits on the front of the iron, and the rebound volleyed out of bounds, last touch by Myron Thomas. 0 for 8 are the Hawks in this game.
And the Hornets playing a zone defense, but they are spread out and attacking the long shots.
Eastern Shore getting back on defense. Delaware State basketball. This is Waller on the right sideline. Around the horn now to Walker. Walker dribbles once, kicks it out for Wiley. There's a Wiley, a Waller, and a Walker. Everybody got that? Good. 10 to shoot for Jonathan Walker against Frost. Crossover dribble, drives in right seam, and he carried it. He palms the basketball.
Number 5, Leandre Thomas.
Leandre Thomas checks into the game for the first time. Colin Gaynor takes a seat. Dre, 6'10" freshman forward from St. Petersburg, Florida. Yeah, we've got one from Moscow, Russia, and one from St. Petersburg. Just the one in Florida instead.
Different continents, but that's all right.
Here's Frost, floats it to Baycoat left wing. Now it's McIntosh, steps into a jumper at the left baseline, and he got it. The first one falls from Logan McIntosh, 16-footer from the left side. 7-3, Eastern Shore back in this one. 13 and change to play in the first half. Okule kicks out for Wiley in the left corner. Back to Okule, posting up against Leandre Thomas. Turnaround and a late whistle as Okule and Leandre Thomas got tangled up like a pretzel.
There's a lot of contact down there, so you're expecting a whistle. Okule going very aggressive, attacking the basket.
Simon Okule of Nigerian descent from Laguna Niguel in California. He went to, he was a Swallow because he went to Capistrano Valley Christian School. Ha, ha, ha. Yes,
I don't know that location.
Last regular season game that you get to enjoy these terrible puns, Dave Bird, as Okule's first free throws in. Simon went to Northwest Florida Junior College before transferring up north to Dover, Delaware. Last year, 13 points, 11 rebounds a game, and his second free throw tickles a twine. 2 of 2 is Okule, 9-3. Eastern Shore trails. 13:36 to play before halftime. Hawk basketball. It's Frost on the right channel. Now Baycoat around the horn to McIntosh. McIntosh floats it out for Baycoat. They'll pump it to Frost on the right wing. Ahmad Frost out to Baycoat. Hawks not able to penetrate so far. Now McIntosh will try at left baseline. He's cut off by Okule. 8 to shoot. Circles out to Baycoat. Cam Baycoat steps up. Contested 3 from the left wing. And it's strong. Okule grabs the board. He's tackled to the floor by Leandre Thomas. And that's 2 quick fouls on Leandre Thomas. Dre will sit out for presumably the rest of the half, and Tyler Jones checks back in.
Yeah. So both teams got players with early foul trouble and sitting a long time.
Delaware State holding a 6-point lead, even with Tavakalian on the bench. Hornet basketball. It's Walker on the right seam. Takes a screen, reach around to Collins on a pick and roll. Pull up 18-footer well short. And Baycoat reaches out and stretches for the board. Here comes Baycoat pushing into the front court for the Shore. Now McIntosh right corner thought about the 3. Instead, he'll pump the brakes and slow it down. Ahmad Frost in the backcourt. Half-court offense sets up for the Hawks. They haven't run that wheel play all afternoon. McIntosh skips it inside for Myron Thomas. Over Okule, reverse layup. Okule sticks with him. It's a jump ball. The arrow's pointing towards Delaware State. Long arm from Simon Okule. And he ties up Myron Thomas. Sean Hoggs checks in for Maryland Eastern Shore as Delaware State's going to the bench like it's a media timeout. It is not. There's 12:36 to play. Well, we'll give Keith Johnson a pass. It's his second game as the interim head coach. Well, Delaware State trying to check their minds back in here. Still a 9-3 Hornet advantage. 12.5 minutes to play in the first half. Wiley jogs over the timeline, marked by Hoggs, the walk-on freshman from Jersey, who's a top defender. Walker just past to Collins on the left wing. Now Walker juggles it to himself, floats it out for Waller, long 20-footer, lips out. Myron Thomas with the board. Myron takes it himself in transition. Now it's McIntosh, floats it down to Tyler Jones, left baseline, spins against Okule, double team in the corner, kicks it out for Hoggs. Hoggs falling away, Baycoat, McIntosh, bounce pass, Jones, they'll try it again. Jones bumped, gets his own rebound, blocked from behind again. Myron Thomas a third chance and finally picks up the foul.
We have plenty of action. The ball just not going in the basket. Now we had a time.
They worked it all the way around back to Jones, and Myron Thomas will have 2 more free throws when we come back. So, yes, we can all take a seat now. 11:59 to play in the first half. Your score, Delaware State 9, Eastern Shore 3 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We're back at the Heights Center, 9-3. Delaware State leading Maryland Eastern Shore. 11:59 to play in the first half. We're getting down to it. It's the final Monday in MEAC regular season action. The Hawks are off Thursday while the rest of the league finishes up. We had an earthquake atop the standings in women's basketball, Dave, earlier this evening. North Carolina A&T 62. Undefeated Bethune-Cookman, undefeated no longer, 55. They're tied atop the standings. North Carolina A&T now holds the tiebreaker. And for Bethune-Cookman, their 20-something regular season MEAC winning streak has come to an unceremonious end.
Was that game at...
It was at Bethune.
Woo!
Yeah.
How about that?
How about it? The men's game just as big as Bethune-Cookman leads in the men's bracket by a game over A&T as Myron Thomas rattles home his first free throw. That one's in the first half. North Carolina A&T on top 11-8. Hampton, meanwhile, who's in second place, a half game back of Bethune, is off tonight. Second free throw tickles the twine for Myron. He's got 3. It's a Dolly Parton special, 9-5. Del State leads. They got the basketball, under 12 to play before halftime. And a full court press by the Hawks. This is Waller, who dances up over the timeline, loses control, gets it back, flings it for Walker. And Walker, that's the offense set up. Just 9 wins between these two teams over the course of a full season. Walker stops the dribble, steps back against Hoggs, skips it to the right corner for Collins with 5 to shoot. Collins driving, double team down low, and Marquise Collins flexes in the right post against both Jones and Thomas, lays it up and in.
Yeah, the Hawks did a pretty good job defensively. That's just a great move.
5 for Collins. That's 11-5 Del State. 11:18 to play in the first half. Here's Hoggs in the right channel for the Shore. Back out to Baycoat. Baycoat in the right corner retreats. Now finds the right seam. Cuts in against a triple team. Finds Myron Thomas. Reverse layup. Does not get the angle at all. Gets his own rebound. He's trapped underneath the basket. Reaches around and lays it in.
That's a great play by Thomas.
Myron Thomas stretching his arms. Think Michael Jordan in Space Jam for that layup. 11-7. Eastern Shore back within 4. 10:50 to play before halftime. Right sideline. This is Collins for the Blue. Waller around the horn to Walker. Left channel. He's guarded by Baycoat. Dribbles once. One-hand fling for Wiley, who jumps it inside. Waller turnaround jumper. It was a 5-foot jumper. A 7-foot shot. Air ball. Jones the rebound. Hawks in transition. This is Baycoat. Cross court to Hoggs. Now Jones. Left wing for 3. Got it. Tyler Jones on some splendid ball movement from Eastern Shore in transition. 1-point game. Del State leads 11-10. Coming up on 10 minutes to play in the opening session.
Yeah, the Hawks matching a man-to-man and full court. I think we got a better team doing that.
Whoever starts hitting baskets is going to have a major advantage in this game. Low-scoring affair through the first 10 minutes. Now underneath the basket, a pump fake from Joe Lewis, and Lewis, with a quick right jab, lays it in. We're going to have a lot of boxing puns tonight, folks.
That's true.
13-10, Hornets lead. 9 and change to play before halftime. Sean Hoggs on the left channel for the Shore. Skips it in for Thomas. Myron left baseline. It gets a double team, and he's tied up by Walker. Second time Myron's had the ball grabbed from his hands in the paint in this game. Salik Edwards checks in, junior guard from Winterville, North Carolina. Ahmad Frost back in for the Hawks as Myron Thomas comes out. 12 to shoot for the Hawks, who have possession arrow. Inbound flung to Hoggs. Now it's Frost with 9 to shoot. Ahmad dribbling towards the right wing on the perimeter. 5 to shoot. Jones hits a screen. Frost floats it to Baycoat. NBA range left wing 3. Bang! Cam Baycoat. We're all square, folks. 13-13. 9.5 to play in the first.
And the Hawks going small and dropping down threes.
Delaware State looking to answer. On the right sideline, this is Pinky Wiley. Wiley, chest pass out to Collins, top of the circle. Collins starts his dribble, stops it now with Frost right in his face. Wiley has it, right backcourt, works out against Hoggs. Wiley shaking him off, crossover to the right, 6 to shoot. Wiley on the sideline, accelerates towards the left elbow. His shot blocked by Hoggs. McIntosh the board. Here comes Logan Mcintosh. Low, makes the man fall over and pumps the brakes. The crowd loves it. Wicked crossover from Logan McIntosh, kind of like what we saw in the Hampton game. His shoes are still about 5 rows back from us. Here's Cam Baycoat, steps into another 3. Bang! Cameron Baycoat on the feed from McIntosh. Back Back-to-back trays for the freshman from Hampton. 16-13. Eastern Shore with its first lead. 8 and change to play before halftime.
And that was beyond NBA depth that time on that play.
Salik Edwards has it left wing for Blue. Now it's Lewis top of the circle. Lewis to the right elbow. That's Marquise Collins. Collins turnaround jumper. Shanked it to the right. Hoggs elevates. Here comes McIntosh left to right for the Hawks. Lowe taking it coast to coast himself. Bumped in the air. No foul call. Layup too strong off the backboard. And Edwards juggles in the board. Here comes Walker in transition. 3-on-2 for Dell State. Walker cut off at the left baseline. Circles out and McIntosh gets tangled up with him. Logan Mcintosh called for the foul. Not happy because he didn't get the call on his end. And that takes us into another media timeout. 7:55 to play in the first half. Eastern Shore has come alive. 16-13 Hawks at the break on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pardon our dust there, folks. We're building the field of dreams.
While University of Maryland Eastern Shore's baseball fields undergo renovations, the Hawks will share the nest with the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium. For the first time, fans can purchase season tickets to all 25 home games at Purdue Stadium for only $75. The home opener is Saturday with a doubleheader against Lafayette starting at noon. Get your tickets at umestickets.com.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on Delmarva, Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. 16-13, Maryland Eastern Shore leads Delaware State. 7:55 to play in the first half. Dave, it's been Cam Baycoat over the last couple of minutes. Freshman with back-to-back three-pointers.
Deep three-pointers.
Deep three-pointers.
I'm not talking about, just NBA depth, but at least 4 or 5 feet behind.
Yes.
The first one, he was wide open. The second one, he shot right over top of the defender.
Oh, absolutely. Hawks, who didn't make their first field goal until more than 5 minutes into the game, have their first lead. It's Delaware State basketball after the foul by McIntosh. 4 team fouls for Eastern Shore in the first half, 5 of them for Delaware State. With a couple of big boys for both teams in foul trouble. They haven't seen Artem Tavakalian since the first 3 minutes with 2 fouls, and Leandre Thomas picking up a quick 2.
The Hawks in his own defense this time out of huddle.
Walker running things for the baby blue. Now it's Joe Lewis. Finds Collins to the right high post, circling up against Frost, and that pass too strong for Salik Edwards to handle. It's out of bounds, and Eastern Shore takes over after Dell State's 5th turnover. McIntosh will walk it up. Baycoat, Hoggs, Jones, and Frost on the floor. The small lineup for Eastern Shore, 4 guards and 1 post player. It's paid off well for him. Here's Hoggs on the left wing for the Hawks. Now it's McIntosh, pumps inside to Jones. Triple teamed at the free throw line. Somebody's got to be open. No look pass to Frost left corner. Frost dribbles out with 8 to shoot. McIntosh finds the left seam, jabs in, dekes out, steps out. Hoggs right wing for 3. Too strong. Hoggs too far away from his own rebounds as Edwards comes swooping in. Leading pass for Joe Lewis. Now a pull-up jumper for Edwards from the left elbow. Too strong. McIntosh corrals and clears. Lowe weaving his way through traffic. Baycoat. Now Hoggs, free throw line, jump step, lays it up, left side, it's good. Oh my, Sean Hoggs. A little road runner in the paint.
Yeah, in the small lineup doing Coach Collins extremely well.
18-13, Shore leads, 6 and change to play before halftime. This is Walker who pumps the brakes for Dell State. Now the right sideline, Joe Lewis. Overhead fling to Collins. Collins, chest pass to Walker. 7 to shoot. Sean Hoggs, a pest on Walker for defense. 3 to shoot. Now Walker makes his move. Step back, 18-footer. Too strong. Frost elevates for the board. Here comes Eastern Shore. McIntosh fakes a 3 from the left wing. Falling out of bounds. Frost, Baycoat from the left wing. Instead, he'll dribble in. Chest pass to Hoggs. Right wing for 3. Air ball. Lewis with the rebound. It's right to him.
Yeah, Hoggs didn't have the ball quite in his hands. He turned it loose. He was open.
That he was. Hogs have seen his minutes diminish over the past month or so. Del State basketball trying to get back to one possession. This is Lewis inside, deflected Jones. Baycoat with a steal. Nice defense for the Hawks. Baycoat coast to coast scoops it to Jones. Tyler Jones, a transition layup. The Jones and Baycoat connection on the defensive end and on offense. A touchdowns lead for Eastern Shore, 20-13, and Keith Johnson calls a timeout for Delaware State. 5:39 to play in the first half, and the Hawks have opened up their largest lead at 7. We'll stick with you. It's a 30-second timeout.
Coach Collins inserted a smaller lineup that paid dividends for him, and we shot the ball very well against that zone.
And how about this? Artem Tavakalian with his 2 fouls is going to check back into this game. Eastern Shore, if I'm them, I attack him down low.
Right away.
Word about Keith Johnson. It's his second game as the interim head coach for Delaware State. Keith Walker was fired last Thursday right after the Hornets broke their 21-game losing streak with a win over Coppin State. Keith Johnson was Keith Walker's first hire back in June of 2014, the associate head coach under the new regime at Del State. Before that, he was the associate head at Coppin State for 13 seasons. Helped them get to the NCAA tournament in 2008. And he's trying to right the ship, at least keep it from springing even more leaks in Dover.
Now, he's been around the MEAC for a good while.
Hornet basketball. Tavakalian on the right elbow. Step back 19-footer. Shanks it off the front of the iron. Rebound tipped 3 times and controlled by Wiley. A fresh 30 for Blue. Wiley pacing left to right. Marked by Frost. He's at the big M. Now the right sideline. Wiley jumps it out top of the circle to Walker. Walker to the left wing. Chest backs Tavakalian around the horn to Wiley. Wiley starting his dribble now to the corner. Stops it, skips it to Bennett. Bennett drives in, stripped from behind. Jones comes down with a steal, but he slides out of bounds. Nice effort for Tyler Jones.
Shot clock down to 6.
Down to 6, and they're keeping it at 6, as Jones never had clean possession of the basketball. So the Hornets will have to hurry up here. Tavakalian to inbound. The Russian flicks it in. Now it's Walker, catch and shoot, left corner 3, off the iron. Baycoat picks up the board from the floor. Left to right glides Baycoat. Chest pass to Mcintosh. His left corner 3 is nothing but net. Logan Mcintosh from long range. He's got 5. 23-13. Eastern Shore's gone double digits over Delaware State. 4.5 to play before halftime.
From downtown.
And the Hawks on a big run right now. Pinky Wiley into the right corner for Walker. Walker back out to Wiley. Long NBA range 3. It is way short. Rebound straight down. Frost has it. Lost the handle. It's picked up by Amir Bennett. Tavakalian has it. Sandwiched between a couple of Hawk defenders. Flicks it back for Walker. A near half-court violation. And now it's tipped out of bounds. Walker falling out. He bounced it off of Mcintosh. Eerily similar to a play last year up in Dover. We've got video of this right in front of our bench. The Hawks forced that backcourt trap. They stepped over the line. Mcintosh clapping hard to himself after it. Nearly deja vu a year and a day later.
And I had my hands up. I'm for protection.
Yeah. Well, we had something similar to that on Saturday afternoon. It might have actually hit you if you were here.
Oh.
Tavakalian splits 2 defenders, loses the handle again, and now it's Walker right baseline underneath the basket, and he stepped over the line. Walker ran out of real estate.
Yeah,
and now that takes us into the media.
The Hawks playing very good defense. The Hornets are well out of sync.
All Hawks, 3:52 in the first half. Shore leads 23-13 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
You know, in business, it's all about the bottom line. And since I sit in this uncomfortable old desk chair about 12 hours a day, well, my bottom line could really use a new chair, if you know what I mean.
Staples has lots of ways to save your business money. And right now, during the Staples Chair event, you can save up to 50% on a full selection of office and desk chairs.
That really helps my bottom line, in more ways than one.
Work comfortably for less. The office chair event at Staples. Better chair equals better workday. Ends 3/10/18.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Okay, time out. You're gonna let your budget be the boss of you? Take control with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay for car insurance, and we'll help you find options that fit your budget. Here's some music to get you pumped. Da-dong, 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 dang, dang. I hear your budget laughing at you. Oh, wait, that's just those kids laughing at me. Ignore them! Da-dong, da-dong.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Back at the Heights, 23-13, Eastern Shore has punched their way to a 10-point lead with 3:52 to play in the first half. Eastern Shore has clamped down on defense and slowly but surely getting it together on offense. As a result, since the under-12 timeout, the Shore on a 20-4 run. Delaware State's gone ice cold from the floor. They are 5 for 20 in the first half. The Hawks, meanwhile, are 8 of 22 and 4 of 11 from deep.
And all those 4 have come in the last 4 or 5 minutes with that 20-4 run from downtown.
Eastern Shore chugging along. It's not so much a horse race as it is a tugboat race, but the Hawks tugboat inching out in front. Baycoat for the Hawks. Now it's Frost left sideline out to Baycoat. He's got a couple of threes from long range. He'll accelerate in the left seam, pitches it down to Jones, deflected out of bounds. Jones, it was too hot to handle for him. And Del State takes over. 6th giveaway for the Hawks in this first half. Del State has 7 turnovers. Full court press for Maryland Eastern Shore. It's into Wiley, and now the Hawks back off. They'll get back into their half court as Wiley near the line, trying to face a trap now. Wiley at the timeline, jumps it to Bennett. Now it's Savakalian, spots up left corner for 3, straight down, short. Ball punched into the air, and it's Bennett who's juggling. McIntosh comes up with it. Logan Mcintosh, a bit of David Blaine-like magic to get that basketball on the feet on the alley-oop to Thomas is off of the iron. Zigzagging is Wiley, spin move right side, lays it up short. Tavakalian's tip is short. Third chance no good either, and Tyler Jones with the board.
Wow, what a sequence. Missed on both ends.
Oh. Eastern Shore basketball as McIntosh will slow things down. Still a 10-point lead with 2:44 to play before the break. Jones intercepted. That's Wiley streaking up the right sideline. One-on-one around McIntosh. Missed the layup, but Okule's there for the putback. And Bobby Collins calls a timeout after a general feeling of sloppiness for both sides.
I think Bobby will just calm things down and remind them how they got there.
23-15, Eastern Shore leads with 2:34 to play in the first half. For Bobby Collins, it's his final home game in his 4th season at Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks with a win clinch a winning record on this court in 2017-18. They're 5-5 at home this season. Away from the Heights Center, not so much. They're 1-19. The only win, the first round of the Emerald Coast Classic against Jackson State back on Black Friday in November. In true road games, the Hawks went 0-18 this season.
We like the Heights Center.
Yes, we do.
And we usually play pretty good here.
Yeah, we do. What was tough about January is that the bulk of the home games came in January when all the students were gone.
Nobody was here except us.
Yeah. We've only really had 3 games with the students here this season. 4 if you count the American game.
We miss those large crowds.
Absolutely. We got one today. Hawk basketball. Skip the Hogs in the right corner. Now Frost. Free throw line accelerates. Teardrop runner short off the iron, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by White. Walker almost touched it himself, but he at the last minute pulls back and says, no, that can go out of bounds. Artem Tavakalian takes a seat, and Marquise Collins in for Delaware State. Tavakalian, who played with those 2 fouls, did not pick up the third, and Keith Johnson not taking any chances so late in the first half. And now we've got a whistle before the inbound. Cam Baycoat with a hold. And that's a foul against Cam.
The Hawks, again, a smallish lineup with Marlon Thomas as the tallest guy, and we're pressing full court and giving the Delaware State Hawks problems.
23-15. Del State basketball, they're down. Now it's Wiley at the free throw line. Skips it to the right baseline. Shot fake for Bennett. Cuts across the paint right to left. Missed the shot. Myron Thomas might have blocked him, but he gets his own rebound. Lets Hogs fake over him and lays it back in. Hogg grabbing the small of his back and wincing that time after a tough landing. Delaware State's gotten back into it. It's 23-17. Eastern Shore leads. 95 seconds to play before halftime. Frost, catch and shoot. Right corner pocket 3. Lips out. Swooping in for the rebound is Marquise Collins. Delaware State, after sputtering the engine and letting the Hawks get on a 20-4 run, on the verge of making it a two-possession game again. This is Bennett, top of the circle. Flings it for Walker on the right wing. Walker dribbles out once right in front of Bobby Collins. Accelerates in, cuts the paint. Out to Collins. Left elbow, spoon move against Frost. Bumped in the lane. Left-handed layup. Lips out. Myron Thomas hauls it in. Nice authoritative rebound from Myron. Now it's McIntosh in transition for the Hawks. Pulls up and stops at left wing and floats it to Baycoat right sideline. Now it's Frost in the corner. Baycoat cross court to Hoggs, nearly out of bounds. Hoggs saves it. Now it's McIntosh, under a minute to play in the half. McIntosh, Frost around the horn. Baycoat for three. Short, doesn't get the second bounce. And a whistle on the rebound attempt as it's going to go against Delaware State. Is that Wiley?
There's four.
I thought I saw four fingers.
I saw four, yeah.
Yep, Wiley. Tyler Jones back in, Sean Hoggs out. Three officials, by the way. We've got Harold E. Harris, Alvin Cox, and Fred Gaines.
Yeah. They've all been here numerous times, especially Mr. Cox.
All familiar names. Myron Thomas takes the inbound at the free throw line, stops a dribble against a double team. Now a pump into the right corner. Frost back out to McIntosh. They'll try again to Myron at the free throw line. He'll step back from 20-foot and bury. Myron Thomas gets the separation. His long-range jumper game is strong tonight.
Right, Myron operating inside and out tonight.
25-17, Eastern Shore leads. 28 seconds to play before halftime. 7-second difference shot in game clock, and Myron swats it out of bounds, going in for the near steal on the pass to Amir Bennett. Thomas has 7 points, 4 rebounds in the first half. One-time MEAC Rookie of the Week, seems destined to be on the MEAC All-Rookie team, and he'll get a break for the final 25 seconds. Wise from Bobby Collins as Byron has his one foul. You don't want him to pick up a ticky-tack second.
Right.
Cam Baycoat's also out. Colin Gaynor and Sean Hoggs check in. Walker floats the inbound behind the timeline. Wiley has to chase it. Hoggs keeping him honest. Wiley back over the M. 10 to shoot. This is Collins right sideline. Chest pass to Bennett straight away. Bennett, backdoor cut to Wiley. Wiley blocked by Jones. McIntosh tries to save it in. It's off of Blue. Off of Marquise Collins, and Maryland Eastern Shore stout on defense once more.
Again, that smaller line putting pressure on the Delaware State guards and being very successful with that.
They've clogged up the lane like a 5-year-old gutter.
Yeah. There's a lot of bodies in the lane.
Baycoat and Thomas back in for offense for the Hawks. 11.5 seconds to play before the break. McIntosh, it's off of his chest as he walks it up. Logan McIntosh with 5 to shoot. Logan McIntosh accelerates, left elbow, back out to Jones straight away for 3. Too strong. Frost, second chance, and it was up and under, and the ball was still under at the whistle. But at halftime, Maryland Eastern Shore slogs their way to an 8-point lead. Hawks 25, Delaware State 17. We'll take a break. When we come back, halftime analysis, and we'll see what else is happening in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the dying moments of their regular season. Again, your score at halftime. The Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 25, the Delaware State Hornets 17 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Oh, you're Paul. I'm the new sprint intern.
Sprint plus
intern. Yeah, clever, right?
I was just...
Look at getting an amazing iPhone 8.
Yeah, because...
They have an all-glass design, advanced cameras, A11 Bionic chip, wireless charging.
And you get the best price for unlimited. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, now you're going to give your second phone to your new friend. Wow! Oh my God, it's amazing. I love it.
Get the best price for unlimited. And now get one iPhone 8 and give a second one on us. Or get iPhone 10 for only $30 a month. Visit your local Sprint store, sprint.com/iPhone, or call 1-800-SPRINT1 today.
Requires 18-month leases for well-qualified customers. Early termination results in remaining balance due. Excludes tax credits applied within 2 bills. iPhone 8, 64 gigabyte, $29.17 a month. Second iPhone 8 after $29.17 a month credit. iPhone 10, 64 gigabytes, $30 a month after $11.67 a month credit. Unlimited after $131.19. Pay $38 per month per line with autopay. Excludes taxes, surcharges, and roaming compared to unlimited HD plans for 5 lines. Carrier features differ. Covers and offer not everywhere subject to credit and $30 activation fee. Speed maximums. Use rules and restrictions apply.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
That's what the stats say.
That sure is. And on that, we welcome you to the Hawk Halftime Show, courtside at the Hyde Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks lead their Route 13 rivals, the Delaware State Hornets, by a 25-17 margin. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you. Halftime on the Shore Sports Network. Senior night, not just for Logan Mcintosh and Najee Fitzgerald, but a couple of student managers, Alexandra McIntyre, Dom Vargas, all honored at half. They're about to have a ceremony for the Hawk bowling team, fresh off their win in the MEAC number 3 matchup this past weekend. They're going to sectionals and next weekend, and it looks like they're being presented something.
Ring, maybe.
Rings? Hey, Stan, what are those rings? Huh? What are those? Are those rings? What for? Conference? MEAC championship from last year. Oh, cool. Well, folks, we got it from Stan Bradley directly. This is the ring ceremony for last year's MEAC championship for the bowling team. Yes, they special order, and they're in, and we're going to congratulate Kayla Bandy's MEAC champions from last year, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. They're going to sectionals in Smyrna, Tennessee, next weekend.
Wow, Tennessee.
Tennessee for the USBC sectionals in team play. We'll have Coach Bandy on Hawk Talk Live this week. Bobby Collins and Fred Batchelor and Kayla Bandy will be on the 645 block of Hawk Talk Live. Ricky Powell will be my co-host for that show from M Street. Anyway, let's get back to basketball here. Maryland Eastern Shore, a sloppy first half for both sides, but the Hawks able to sling their way through the mud, and they lead by 8, holding Delaware State to 17 points in the first half.
And both teams not shooting well, as you can see. 25% for Delaware State, to 32 for the Hawks, but the Hawks' defense was outstanding. I mean, that's what got them that lead. That plus downtown three-point shooting that we knocked down all 4 3-pointers within probably a 4-minute stretch there in the first half.
And it's not so much that it's turnovers forced, and the defense is so good. They've only got 7 turnovers forced against Delaware State. They're just making them miss shots, giving them tough looks every time, and Eastern Shore's been getting it done that way.
And we're out rebounding them on the glass too, 24-17. So that's been how, believe it or not, we're outscoring them in the paint too with a small.
Indeed, and we're gonna
not quite, but we're holding our own against a lot bigger team.
That we are.
But Coach Collins going to a smaller lineup, picked the pace of the game up, and picked the defensive. We were pressuring the Hornets guards, and I think that was very productive.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Let's get to the full numbers now. Maryland Eastern Shore shooting 9 of 28 in the first half. That's just 32%. 4 of 14 from long range, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Delaware State, meanwhile, shooting just a paltry 7 of 28. That is 25%. 1 of 6 from downtown, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Leading scorer at the half of the Hawks is Myron Thomas. He's got 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting, 3 of 4 from the line, 4 rebounds from Myron as well in 13 minutes. Balanced scoring attack of the Hawks. 6 for Cam Baycoat off the bench on a pair of trays. 5 each for Tyler Jones and Logan Mcintosh. 5 points for them. 2 for Sean Hoggs, and then scorers in the game are Ahmad Frost, Najee Fitzgerald, Colin Gaynor, and Leandre Thomas. As for Delaware State, they got 6 points off the bench from Sivan Okule. Okule with 6, 2 of 3 shooting, and 4 rebounds. 5 points for Marquise Collins, a deuce each for Joe Lewis, Jonathan Walker, and Amir Bennett. And scorers in the game, Kevon Waller, Pinky Wiley, Salik Edwards, and their leading scorer, Artem Tavakalian, who has been held off the board through the first 20 minutes. Rebounding-wise, all Eastern Shore, 24-17. Hawks with the advantage, 6-4 on the offensive glass. Fouls, 6 for Del State, 2 for Tavakalian, 5 for the Hawks, 2 for Leandre Thomas. Assists-wise, Eastern Shore with a 5-2 advantage, 2 for Cam Baycoat so far. Turnovers, 7-7. Blocks, 2-0 Del State. Steals, 4-2 for Del State. Points in the paint, it's Delaware State with a 10-6 advantage. Points off turnovers, Hawks 4-2. Second chance points, 7-2 Eastern Shore. Fast break points, 2-0 Shore, and then bench points, 10-8 for Del State. That one tie and one lead change. Delaware State stretched out to a 7-1 lead in the early get-go. The Hawks at one point went on a 20-4 run to work it back in their favor. They led by as many as 10 in the first half. They lead by 8 at the break. It's 25-17. Maryland Eastern Shore leads Delaware State halfway through senior night here at the Heights Center. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll see what else is happening around the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Penultimate game day in the league. And then after Thursday's pod, we'll know what's going on in the MEAC tournament. It's pretty clear cut for the Hawks. We'll tell you about it when we come back on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hawks fans, for over a century, Delmarva Power has provided safe, reliable energy to customers throughout the region. That's a powerful connection you can count on from here at the Shore to throughout Maryland and Delaware. To learn more, visit delmarva.com or call 1-800-375-7117. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Where Tyler Jones get his orange shoes from? They don't quite match our uniform.
Yes, he does. Some brilliant orange shoes for Tyler Jones. And on that, we're back from our break. It's the Hawk halftime show. Eastern Shore leading Delaware State 25-17. Around the MEAC, 9 minutes to play, second half from Howard. The Bison trailing Norfolk State 60-56. That's your ESPNU game. And Norfolk's just gotten another bucket from Kyle Williams. 4 minutes to play, first half from Bethune-Cookman. The first place Wildcats trailing the third place Aggies of North Carolina A&T 40-35. And then later on tonight, Coppin State at Morgan State in the Baltimore rivalry, South Carolina State at Florida A&M, North Carolina Centrals at Savannah State, who are also still in the mix, just one game back. Hampton, who's in second place, is off tonight. MEAC standings is still anybody's game. Any one of 5 teams can win it. Bethune, Hampton, A&T, Savannah, and Norfolk State, which means it's all jumbled up on top the MEAC standings. The Hawks will either get the worst of those 5 or the second worst of those 5. A win locks the Hawks into the 12 seed in the MEAC tournament. They'll play the 5 seed in that pod Monday night at 9 from Norfolk Scope Arena. If Delaware State comes back and to win, Del State will have the 12. Eastern Shore will be the 13 seed and face the 4th seed at 6:30 on that Monday, next week, Monday, at Norfolk Scope Arena. You can visit EasternShoreHawks.com after the games on Thursday night when we are crystal clear as to who we play and when we play it. All right, we're going to throw it into another commercial break. When we come back, second half action from the Heights Center. Eastern Shore leading Delaware State 25-17 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Napa know-how.
Right now, Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil is just $5.99 a quart. Its advanced formula provides maximum sludge protection, defending your engine like a catcher defends home plate. So tell sludge to go kick rocks and get top-notch engine protection with Mobil 1 Full Synthetic, just $5.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 3/31/18.
I'm the 8 hours of sleep you'll never get now that you're in business. There's a lot between us, like the person who'll sue you and fine print. But make a few courageous choices, like Hiscox Business Insurance, that tailors policies to your business's specific needs, and we may finally get to meet.
Hiscox, tailored business insurance for the courageous. Get a free quote. Call us at 877-388-7006. Hiscox. Encourage courage.
Caterers, setting up. DJ, spinning oldies all night.
Gift,
Their favorite jazz album, signed.
total party cost.
$550. Just send me your half with Zelle.
Oh, Zelle. That's already in my Wells Fargo mobile app. Sending money now.
Great. Mom and Dad's 25th anniversary is going to be perfect.
Send and receive money from just about anyone with a U.S.-based bank account. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us, and that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back for second half action from the Eastern Shore. Maryland Eastern Shore leading Delaware State 25-17. Some top 25 scores for you. Number 5, Duke hosting Virginia Tech, or at Virginia Tech rather, the Castle Coliseum. Hokies trailing the Blue Devils 58-49. Later on tonight, Big Monday. Number 6 Kansas has Texas in town, trying for an outright Big 12 championship. And another Big 12 matchup. Number 12 Texas Tech at number 20 West Virginia. We're coming down to the end of things. The Big Ten tournament is this week, if you can believe it or not. They're playing it 1 week early because it's in Madison Square Garden this year, as opposed to Indianapolis, where God intended it to be, by the way.
Well, I don't know. The Mecca of basketball is Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it's great, but someone tweeted out road marker signs saying all the miles to all the Big Ten schools, and somebody emphasized this just goes to show how far out of the loop Madison Square Garden is from the Big Ten.
I know, it's not even close.
The only reason they're doing it is because they added Rutgers to get the Big Ten market, and they're trying to market it. But it's, I mean, in that situation, demand the Big East goes first. The Big Ten is one of the premier basketball conferences in the nation, and you're going to back it up against a diminished Big East?
Yeah. That's what you're doing.
It's exactly what you're doing. I don't like it, and you should just have it in Indianapolis. It's the crossroads of America for a reason. Everybody can get.
That's exactly right. You're not going to get to the New York.
Delaware State basketball as we come out for the second half. The Hornets will move left to right in this second session. Pinky Wiley dances around the perimeter, jumps inside to Okule. Okule, it's off of his body and out of bounds, going to Eastern Shore. Fantastic defense from Ahmad Frost as the clock ran for a couple extra seconds, and now they'll stop things. The clock never stopped after the out of bounds from Okule, so a few extra ticks off than it should. The officials will get things fixed. Ahmad Frost, the fine defense. Or not, I guess we're all good. McIntosh to walk it up, right to left for the Hawks. Still wearing his mint green thin mint shoes. Baycoat, Frost, Jones, and Myron Thomas on the floor, and his teardrop floater is blocked. Joe Lewis punches it back. Frost chases it down. Now it's Baycoat on the right corner. Floats it out to Frost. Around the horn for McIntosh. Now it's Frost straight away with 10 to shoot. Takes a screen from Jones. Contested 18-footer over Tavakalian, and he buries. Ahmad Frost gets way up for that one. His first field goal makes it 27-17. Eastern Shore's up 10 again a minute into the second half. Artem Tavakalian in the left corner for the Hornets. Flicks it into Okule. Jones blocks him from behind. The long arms from Tyler Jones. Here comes the Shore. Baycoat jumps it to McIntosh, right wing. Steps in. Cross-court rainbow. Frost, right wing three. Short off the iron. Okule snares it. Here's Wiley gliding into the front court for Del State. He'll catch and shoot. Spots up over McIntosh for the three. Pinky Wiley.
That's Wiley's first bucket. He was 0 from the floor in the first half.
27-20. Eastern Shore leads by a touchdown a minute and a half into the second. Baycoat flicks it into Jones. Back up to McIntosh for the Hawks. 12 to shoot. Low chest pass to Baycoat. Fakes left corner. Drives in himself. Feeds Myron Thomas. Trapped underneath the basket. And he's hip checked out of bounds by Okule. A foul against Okule for Delaware State. First infraction of the half for either side. Okule with his second foul. Amir Bennett comes back in for blue, and Okule takes a seat. McIntosh to inbound, looking, flicks it into Jones, reverse layup, too short, chases down his own rebound, bumped on the way up, it sits off the rim and out, but Tyler Jones with some muscle down low, and he's got 2 free throws in his future.
Yeah, with a smaller lineup, the Hawks get inside and get fouled.
Seems
often.
Almost counterintuitive, but it's working.
Yes.
They're able to find their way through the crevices and cracks. Tyler Jones to the free throw line. He's worked it up to 69.9% at the stripe. And with this one, he's at 70% even. TJ, bruiser down low. He's got 6 points and 6 rebounds now. Jones coming off back-to-back 21-point outputs. With those neon orange shoes, and he buries his second free throw. Bright night again for Jones. 29-20, Eastern Shore leads. 2 minutes gone by in half number 2. This low-scoring affair from the Heights Center between the Route 13 rivals, and Joe Lewis drags his pivot foot, almost has a chance to plie in the air, and he's getting docked points for that. A travel Hawk basketball. The Olympics ended. He has any dice dance. Myron Thomas right baseline for the Hawks. Overhand pass back out to Frost. Chest pass to Baycoat. Threads inside Jones. Out to McIntosh left corner. Double teamed. Feeds Jones down low. Jones spins to his right. Hook shot. Lips out. It traveled all the way around the world and into Collins' hands for Del State. Wiley pushing it up right baseline for Joe Lewis. Cuts across right to left to the paint. Stops his dribble. Inside. Kicked out. McIntosh comes up with the steal. Low serpentining around all the defenders. Taking it to the rack himself. Left-handed layup. Misses. But Jones there for the third chance after the miss by Thomas, and Tyler Jones a beast inside. Tyler Jones, after some chaos down low, gives Eastern Shore an 11-point lead. 31-20 Hawks. 17 and change of play in the basketball game.
And the Hawks own the boards.
And we've got a whistle away from the ball. I got a foul against Myron Thomas for some sort of hook. Second foul against Myron. Joe Lewis checks out for Baby Blue, and it's Jonathan Mitchell, who's into the game. Mitchell, sophomore guard from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah, and Delaware State trying to match up the Hawks' smaller lineup.
A lot of real estate on the court in this setup, and now Pinky Wiley gets separation. His straightaway three rattles out. Marquise Collins put back, misses everything. Del State playing tight. Ahmad Frost slithers in, right side layup, too strong off the iron. Jones fighting for a rebound, but Tavakalian has it. Hornets pushing left to right. This is Mitchell. Flicks it to Collins. He's at the edge of the Maroon M. Accelerates past Myron Thomas into the paint. No travel call. His layup sits off the iron, and a jump ball on the rebound.
Hawks ball.
Jones and Bennett got tied up with it, and the arrow points to Maryland Eastern Shore. Indeed. Myron Thomas out with his 2 fouls, and Colin Gaynor's in. There's McIntosh, walks it up right to left. Lowe's got 5, 5, and 2 today. Colin Gaynor right baseline, pass to Jones, and it's too strong for him. Tavakalian with the steal. Here's Wiley in transition for DSU. Straight away, it's Collins for 3, rattles on home. Marquise Collins from distance. He'll shoot 36% from 3. That's 14th in the league, and he cuts it to single digits again. Shore up 31-23, coming up on the first media timeout of half number 2. McIntosh on the right channel for the Shore. Now it's Frost, pumps it into Jones, double team, skips back out for Ahmad Frost. Frost sneaks in and out. Now it's McIntosh straight away to Gaynor. Gaynor takes it away from Baycoat left baseline as they got trapped down low. Ahmad Frost jumps it to Jones. Jones adjusts midair, counted in the foul. Tyler Jones starting to say, "Feed me, Seymour," and Seymour obliging.
Jones and Thomas work real well around the board, being patient and taking their time with a shot. That gets them a bucket and a foul.
And that takes us into our first break of the half. 33-23, Eastern Shore on top. 15:51 to play in the second on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pardon our dust there, folks. We're building the Field of Dreams.
While University of Maryland Eastern Shore's baseball fields undergo renovations, the Hawks will share the nest with the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium. For the first time, fans can purchase season tickets to all 25 home games at Purdue Stadium for only $75. The home opener is Saturday with a doubleheader against Lafayette starting at noon. Get your tickets at umestickets.com.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Heights Center, 15:51 to play in the second half. Maryland Eastern Shore punching its way to a 33-23 lead over Delaware State. First 4 minutes of the second half, it's been all Tyler Jones. He's got 6 points on bruising layups down low. Got the hoop and the harm going into the last break, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, and playing very well inside against a bigger lineup.
Bigger line for Delaware State, and they've had to go small to respond to Maryland Eastern Shore. Jones, outside chance, I would think, at one of the 3 MEAC teams. Might be an honorable mention next year and the year after that. Going to be even more valuable for the Hawks. Former walk-on tickles the twine on his free throw attempt. He's got 7 points in the opening moments of the second half. Simon Okule checks back in for Delaware State. Bennett's out. 34-23, an 11-point Hawk lead matches their largest of the ball game. 15 and change to play.
And we know Tyler plays well at the Heights.
Yes, he does. First time he ever set foot on this court. 28 points against UMBC. Delaware State pushing it too hard. They almost got pickpocketed at the timeline. And Mitchell was able to recover his pass up to Collins, out of the reach of Collins and really everybody. Out of bounds, Eastern Shore ball. McIntosh facing a trap. Walks it over the timeline. Low, fighting his time in the backcourt. Now it's Baycoat. Chest pass to Frost around the horn to McIntosh on the right wing. Back out for Cam Baycoat. Now it's Frost on the left wing perimeter. Frost takes a screen from Jones. Centers up. Jumps it down low for Gaynor. Catch and shoot. Right baseline. 16-footer. Yes. Colin Gaynor on some Sterling ball movement from the shore. 13-point cushion, 36-23 Hawks, 5 minutes into the second half, and a push-off from Mitchell, no foul called. They'll work to Tavakalian, his three from the right corners in, 36-26. Hornets might have gotten away with something right there. Or Frost might have just been play acting a bit. Oscar noms are over. Hawks still with the lead. Gaynor's got it in the right corner. Gaynor pumping his way in. Shot blocked by Okule, and Gaynor commits the foul, trying to reach in and rob Okule.
The Hawks press is still giving the Hornets all kinds of problems up front. That time they just got lucky and got on it and not even through. But the press, and now it's a half-court trap. Coach Collins is changing up the press a little bit.
Myron Thomas checks back in. Tyler Jones gets a breather after his big moments.
Not long, we hope.
Hornets facing another press, as this is Collins who has to sprint across the timeline. Now Mitchell, middle of the lane. Some contact down low. It's a blocking foul against Myron Thomas. Myron appeared to be decently well set, but didn't get the best look at it.
I'm not sure where his feet were. They might have been
in the cylinder,
perhaps. In the cylinder or touching it, one or the other.
Third foul against Myron, and it puts Jonathan Mitchell at the line. Mitchell went to Watertown High School in Waterbury, Connecticut. Also attended, appropriate for basketball, the Shooting for Greatness Academy. He's shooting for 1 point right here, and he achieves greatness. That's a perfect free throw. Nothing but net. Mitchell went to San Jacinto Junior College last year, 5 points, 3 rebounds. As Tyler Jones checks back in for White. Mitchell this year, 6 points and 3 boards off the bench for now Keith Johnson's team. Second free throw from Mitchell tickles the twine, 2 for 2. And it's 36-28. Eastern Shore leads, 14 and change to play in the ball game. Baycoat zooms around a couple of defenders, takes it to the rack himself. Cam Baycoat with the layup. It misses off the iron, but Okule called for the blocking foul as Cam Baycoat accelerates and creates some space for himself. Puts Cam Baycoat on the line. He's an 85% free throw shooter, but doesn't get there very often at all. Hey, Bird, you're filling in a bracket over there. That's the state brackets. Any good news for the local teams?
Washington lost in overtime to Snow Hill, and Pocomoke lost by 6 to Crisfield. So it's going to be Snow Hill at Crisfield on Wednesday at 6, and Patterson Mill at Joppatown, same time Wednesday.
Baycoat makes the first, misses the second. It lips out, and Okule elevates for the rebound. 37-28, Eastern Shore leads. 14-10 to play in the second half. Here's Jonathan Mitchell dancing around the left wing for DSU. Kicks it back to Collins. Step back, 18-footer left elbow. Too strong. Okule stumbles back and grabs the rebound and travels. That was an awkward board for Okule no matter the situation, as he just sort of lucked into that board and gives it away. Sean Hoggs checks back in for the Hawks. As Ahmad Frost comes out, and another substitution for the Hornets. We see Jonathan Walker in, Marquise Collins out. On the floor for the Hawks, Baycoat, McIntosh, Hoggs, Gaynor, and Jones. The small lineup once more. It's working for the Hawks so far. And McIntosh pocket picked in the backcourt by Pinky Wiley. The feed to Mitchell. Mitchell, two-handed jam. And they're going to tee up Mitchell. Or no, not. They're teeing up Mitchell for the two-handed dunk for hanging on the rim. Was he hanging on the rim? That seemed like a quick trigger.
I think he did a little pull-up, and usually that's what gets you the technical. There wasn't anybody around him. You could hang on it, but you can't do a chin-up on it.
I guess
or
so.
pull-up, whatever you would call it.
Well, whatever I call it, I can't do it. We'll leave it at that.
Right.
So Tyler Jones to the free throw line makes the foul shot after the hanging on the rim by Jonathan Mitchell. His dunk, and the officials explaining it now. So it turns into a 1-point advantage for Delaware State after that bucket. The Hawks still up 8, 38-30, 13:50 to play in the contest. Sean Hoggs up the left channel for the Shore. Now it's Baycoat. Crosses into attack formation. Baycoat chest pass to the right sideline for McIntosh. Low, chase back to the midway marker. Baycoat, round the horn to Hoggs. Hoggs floats it out to McIntosh, right seam. Now it's Baycoat. Right corner, stops his dribble. Out to McIntosh. Low, top of the circle with 6 to shoot. Baycoat, another long 3. This one's well short. And it's hauled in by Jonathan Walker. Here comes Delaware State. This is Mitchell after his dunk and tee. Uncontested, he'll step back from 19 foot and shank it well short. McIntosh snares it and clears. McIntosh jumps it up to Hoggs, left baseline to Jones, and we'll get a kick as Okulie stuck out his foot.
Yeah, big foot.
Okule's of Nigerian descent. They're decent at soccer, I think. Yeah. One of the better African nations, soccer-wise. Ahmad Frost back in as Cam Baycoat takes a seat. Logan Mcintosh to inbound. Claps the ball, finds Frost left corner, double team, kicks out to Gaynor, steps into a 3 from the left wing, and hooks it to the right. Tavakalian boxes out for the rebound. Still an 8-point Hawk lead, under 13 to play in the contest. Wiley walks it up for the Hornets. Flings it for Walker on the left channel. Now it's Tavakalian left sideline, marked by Gaynor. Out to Mitchell straight away. Mitchell, guarded by Frost, screen set. Jones comes over to help, crossover dribble, free throw line. He retreats it back to Tavakalian with 5 to shoot. Tavakalian dancing around with Gaynor. Gaynor picks his pocket. Colin Gaynor flings it into the backcourt, and a foul against Okulie. They're helping Colin Gaynor up. Oh, mercy.
Long arms by Gaynor.
Senator, the big city, he's ready for the big leagues in terms of pickpocketing. Okulie with a foul, and that's number 4. So the Hawks, it would have been good either way. They would have had a shot clock violation. Instead, they pick up the foul against the big man for the Hornets, who will have to sit for an extended period of time. And they'll go deep to the bench right now from one player of Nigerian descent to one actually born in Nigeria, Demola Onifade, junior from Lagos. Went to Camden Catholic High School in Camden, New Jersey. Only plays 12 minutes a game. Didn't play last contest. Ahmad Frost for 3 from the left corner, and he got it. Frost, hand in his face from deep. And Eastern Shore back up 11. 41-30 as Tavakalian zooms in left baseline. They'll get Tyler Jones for the blocking foul as he had his hip turned to him. TJ's first foul, so he's not in really any danger of fouling out. And it sends Artem Tavakalian to the free throw line. Russian national from Moscow. Or should we say he's a basketball athlete from Russia?
That would be better.
Yeah,
yes.
He's BAR.
Yeah, correct.
We had OAR in the Olympics, BAR in college basketball. Tavakalian, an 81% free throw shooter, and it's in. You know, it's the symmetry in the Olympic hockey competition. OAR won the gold medal. It's the Russians' second gold medal since the Soviet Union dissolved, and they haven't been able to raise the Russian flag either time. No. 92, they did it under the unified team. It was the Commonwealth of Independent States, the former Soviet Union. They also played under the Olympic flag. Tavakalian's second free throw lips out. Jones chases down the rebound, but Mitchell steals it, misses a two-handed dunk, and it's out of bounds. Eastern Shore basketball. The crowd will sort of egg him for that. And
that time grabbing the rim hurt him because he kicked the ball back out.
Oops. And with that, we'll take a break. 11:57 to play in the second half. Eastern Shore leads 41-31 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore basketball is WTGM Salisbury, Delmarva's Fox Sports 960.
Back on Delmarva, Maryland Eastern Shore leading Delaware State 41-31, 11:57 to play in the second half. The Route 13 rivalry, it's the regular season finale for Maryland Eastern Shore. They're idle during the MEAC's last pot of games on Thursday night. A win, and they're guaranteed the number 12 seed in the MEAC tournament. But they'll have to wait until the log jam at the top is cleared up before they see who gets the number 5 bid. And their matchup, which will be Monday night at 9 o'clock.
They watch the scoreboard on Monday night. No, they'll watch the scoreboard Thursday to see who they play Monday.
Nice. So tune into Hawk Talk Live at 6 and then switch it to basketball coverage at 7:30. We won't have any, but you can follow along on, websites.
All the websites.
Hawks turn it over after the timeout, and the Hornets now have it. This is Pinky Wiley running the floor. Tavakalian left sideline for Columbia Blue. Wiley pump fakes. McIntosh leaps up. No collision, though. Screen set. Wiley double team near the timeline. Skips it for Mitchell. Crossover dribble free throw line. He retreats back and hands off to Wiley with 7 to shoot. Wiley guarded by McIntosh. Pull up jumper. Long three-pointer. Shanks off the iron. Bounces right to Collins. Collins underneath the basket. This is Wiley now left baseline. Teardrop misses everything. It's out of bounds going the direction of Maryland Eastern Shore. 2 misses for Delaware State. They weren't even close, Dave.
No, they were wild shots. They're full court pressing now, though.
Yeah, those shots were wild things, but nobody's heart singing after that. Logan Mcintosh, right to left, sprints across the timeline and gets a bump from Walker. Although with a bit of a head tilt that time, like a rock'em sock'em robot.
Yeah, we know that's a foul. We watched it all year. You hit somebody 45 feet from the basket or put your hands on them, and the referees are pretty consistent and do a good job at calling that.
Can't do that at all. Marquise Collins, he wasn't in the game, by the way, and now he is. He's checking in. Jonathan Mitchell out. By the way, halftime from Bethune-Cookman, the first-place Wildcats trailing North Carolina A&T 45-43. A&T wins, and those two are even in the standings again. Norfolk State was up by 4 at Howard with a minute and a half to go, hoping for a North Carolina A&T win because they'd be tied in the standings as well. Logan Mcintosh dancing around Wiley, and this one swatted back to Mcintosh, a pass attempt. Low chest pass to Gaynor, and Gaynor flings it into the left corner. This is Myron Thomas. Crossover dribble, stops and pops from the right baseline, leaves it short. Tavakalian swoops in for the board. Here come the Hornets. This is Wiley left to right. Gaynor trying to pickpocket. He had a spectacular steal a couple minutes ago, and he pokes it in again. Colin Gaynor with these long arms. Wiley at the left elbow, bounce pass out. It's deflected off of McIntosh's foot and out. 14 to shoot for the Hornets when they inbound. Amir Bennett checks back in as Onafade gets a seat for Delaware State. By the way, a Bethune-Cookman loss tonight would mean Hampton would be in first place as well. This is Walker who slides over, and it's a timeout call, it looks like, from the floor as Walker was sliding. He had it. This is a timeout. It'll become a full. 10:33 to play from the Heights Center. 41-31 Eastern Shore on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from sfnsports.net.
Back at Princess Anne, Eastern Shore leading in Delaware State 41-31, 10:33 to play in the second half. This game's clear cut. The winner gets a 12 seed in the MEAC tournament, the loser the 13. The top of the standings, not so much. If the results all hold the way things are on the scoreboard right now, by the end of the night, we're going to have a 5-way tie at the top of the MEAC leaderboards. Bethune-Cookman, North Carolina A&T, Norfolk State, Hampton, and Savannah State will all be, if things hold, 11-4 in conference with one game to play. And Dave, you said it during the break. You couldn't pay me enough to figure out that tiebreaker.
I wouldn't figure it out.
Del State with possession, a step back, long two from Wiley is too strong, and Gaynor chases down the long rebound. Gaynor jumps it back to McIntosh. Now it's Frost on the right channel, and Lowe's got it to slow it down for the Hawks. They'll pump it into Jones, left baseline, tries to get the contact, doesn't get the whistle, and now we'll get a call on the rebound attempt as Jones hooked the shot to the left. Tyler Jones called for the infraction. Yes, all of it hinges on Bethune-Cookman losing to North Carolina A&T tonight. Well, the Wildcats do trail. Aggies up 51-45. They've just begun the second half from Daytona Beach. Norfolk State is 26 seconds away from beating Howard. Savannah State leads North Carolina Central by 5 in the first half. And Hampton is idle. A Bethune-Cookman loss automatically puts Hampton in first place with a tie.
You're trying to figure all that out, and you know it's impossible.
Yeah. Tyler Jones picks up a steal as Wiley too loose on his ball handling. McIntosh has it, splits a couple of defenders. He's into the front court. Teardrop off the backboard, misses everything. And Delaware State takes over. Wiley accelerates over the timeline. Wiley kicks it right corner for Tavakalian. Now it's Wiley straight away. They'll retreat and sit on the rock, taking instructions from Keith Johnson on the sideline. Wiley, left sideline, spots up from three, skims the rim, and McIntosh there to elevate and clear. Still 41-31, Eastern Shore on top, 9 and change to play in the ball game.
It feels like they're up a little bit more than that, though, but it's still a 10-point game. That's too close.
Well, if Del State can't make any of their buckets. McIntosh, middle of the paint, he's mugged, and there's no whistle. The bench hates it from Maryland Eastern Shore. 2-on-1 for Delaware State, and there's a lay-in from the right side for Salik Edwards. McIntosh hasn't gotten that call all night.
No, he's been hit since the very beginning of the game and has not gotten that.
41-33, Eastern Shore still leads. 8:42 to play in the ball game. Ball skipped down low for Jones, and Jones falls over on the right baseline. Hand up in the air, and it's a timeout for Tyler Jones. He's able to save possession for Maryland Eastern Shore. McIntosh in his final home game, 5.7 rebounds and 3 assists. We haven't seen Najee Fitzgerald since the beginning of this one. Tyler Jones leading the way for Maryland Eastern Shore. He's got 13 points and 8 rebounds. 2 boards away from what would be his second career double-double. He got his first in the Emerald Coast Classic against Jackson State back on November 24th. 13 points and 11 rebounds. Came just one short in the win against Hampton on January 6th. He had a career high matching 28 points and 9 boards. Hawks with an 8-point lead, and it'll be Logan Mcintosh to inbound from underneath his own basket. 12 to shoot. McIntosh pounds the basketball, looking, floats it into the backcourt for Ahmad Frost, who hands it right back to McIntosh. Now 9 to shoot. Byron Thomas right baseline against the double team, and he's tripped on his way to the basket. That's foul number 7 against Dell State, and it puts Myron Thomas on the free throw line for 1-1. Amir Bennett picks up the infraction. Myron Thomas, Cleveland Central Catholic graduate in Cleveland, Ohio. Thomas with 7 points and 6 rebounds in this game as Joe Lewis checks back in for Dell State. Bennett's out.
I think Myron's going to be a very good player in the MEAC. He's a good player now, and he's probably going to be on the all-rookie team, but he's really going to be good as he progresses through his college career.
Sure is, as the first free throw gets the favorable bounce and in. Thomas in MEAC play has kicked up his numbers. He's averaging 12.5 points and nearly 9 rebounds per contest. That's 4th in the league.
And he does it he plays around the basket very well, and I like the way he takes care of the ball and is patient around the rim.
Second free throw rolls on home for Myron Thomas. He makes 2 of 2. And Sean Hoggs checks in. Ahmad Frost out. Eastern Shore has pushed it back to 10 points. It's 43-33 with 8:30 to play. Hornets facing another full court press. Wiley stripped. It's Myron Thomas who comes up with it, crashes the glass and misses the layup, but he's fouled chasing down his own board, as it looks like they'll get Marquise Collins for giving him a big bear hug. Or they'll get Myron Thomas for the foul, and it's against Myron instead. 4th foul against Myron Thomas.
That's his 4th.
Yep.
Wow.
They pile up fast, don't they? That was the 6th against Maryland Eastern Shore, so free throws the rest of the way for Dell State, too. Marquise Collins jogs it over the big M for Delaware State. Running out of chances. They'll have to unfreeze themselves pretty quick. Someone could have them a blow dryer or something. Marquise Collins, left corner, contested 3 over McIntosh, skims the rim. Wiley perfectly positioned for the rebound, gets up, no call down low, and Tyler Jones wrestles down the rebound. That's number 9 for TJ. Coming up on our under 8 media timeout. Here's McIntosh on the right sideline for the Shore, drops it back for Baycoat. Cam dribbles once, chest pass, McIntosh right sideline, starts his dribble, circles up to center up, flings it for Hoggs, into the left corner for Baycoat, skipped inside for Gaynor. Gaynor trying to post, stops the dribble, tried to step back, the pass deflected by Wiley right to Baycoat, desperation 3 for Cam, and he sinks it! Cameron Baycoat with a shot expiring. His best 3 of the night.
That's his 3rd 3 of the night, too.
46-33 Shore leads, and Sean Hoggs forces a steal. Here comes Baycoat. 4-on-2 for the Hawks. Cam Baycoat takes himself, blocked down low. Hoggs underneath the basket, lays it up, leaves it short. Tavakalian juggling the rebound to himself. Now has a scrum for the ball on the right baseline. It's out of bounds. Last touch by White. Delaware State catches a break. Nice hustle by Sean Hoggs down low, though. And that'll take us into our under 8 timeout. 7:08 to play in the basketball game. Your score: Maryland Eastern Shore 46, Delaware State 33 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Back at the Heitch Center, 46-33. Eastern Shore leads Delaware State. 7:08 to play on senior night at the Heitch Center. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. And Dave, the Hawks on the precipice of a bit of history right now. Delaware State with just 33 points through the first 33 minutes of this one. Eastern Shore trying to hold an opponent under 50 points for the first time in 3.5 years. They held the Navy midshipmen to under 50 in a win back in Bobby Collins' first season, December 13th of 2014. Last time the Hawks held anybody under 60, it was the Coppin State win last year, where they won by 18 or 20 or something points, and Coppin State, I believe, only scored 57. But the Hawks, with a lockdown defensive night, the Hornets only shooting 26% from the floor.
Yeah. Both teams are low scoring. The Hawks are about the same. Both teams average around 63 points a game, but the Hawks are headed that way, but Delaware State is not.
And they're going to ding Sean Hoggs for holding Arvin Tavakalian on the inbound. So the Hawks, with their 7th infraction, puts Delaware State on the free throw line.
You don't want to foul.
Tavakalian to the line. Born in Moscow, but identifies as an Armenian nationality. He played for the Armenian national team several times. Last year at the 2017 FIBA World Championships, he went for 7.5 points, 4 rebounds a game, as Ahmad Frost checks back in, Sean Hoggs out. He played for him in the U20 Euro Championships in 2015, averaged 17 points a game. That was 9th in the tournament. As his first free throw tickles a twine. Tavakalian, he hung 23 points on the Republic of Georgia in that tournament and went for 20 against both Switzerland and Macedonia.
He's had a problem scoring today because he's been on the bench with foul trouble.
Second free throw halfway down and scoots out. Tyler Jones with the rebound, and that's number 10, and that's the second career double-double for Tyler Jones.
How about that?
13-10 for him so far. Eastern Shore basketball. This is Baycoat on the right sideline. Cam skips it down low for McIntosh. Low in the right corner. It's dinged out of bounds by Tavakalian. And there it is, officially in the box score. Black and white, clear as crystal.
I was checking my unofficial stats, but you're 100% correct.
Baycoat takes the inbound. Hawks with 8 to shoot. Screen from Jones. Baycoat deking in at the right elbow. Back out to McIntosh. 4 to shoot. Changes direction. Down low. Gainer. 1 second on the shot clock. He's stripped. And a shot clock violation. The Hornets had the basketball as the clock was expiring. So it actually helps the Hawks as it keeps Del State from going on a fast break.
And the Hawks can set their defense up now. Full court man-to-man pressure.
6:36 remaining. Hawks lead 46-34. Band stomping behind us. Yeah, tomorrow the Heights Center becomes the Broadway Theater. We got the unofficial production of Stomp coming to town. Ooh. Not really, Dave. That was just no.
Don't get me off.
I had you fooled for a second, didn't I?
Yes,
Lewis with a hook shot, middle of the paint's no good. Gainer with the rebound, because I know how big you are into theater.
I didn't hear. I thought I was hearing my earphones were wrong.
Yeah,
headset was messed up.
Well, call me when you finally get your Hamilton tickets. All right?
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna you hold your breath.
Eastern Shore with the ball. This is McIntosh, top of the circle. Baycoat steps in left baseline. Baycoat stripped out of bounds, and it's off of him. It's going to Delaware State. Ladies and gentlemen, our minds have officially been stomped into oblivion. Delaware State basketball as they'll feed down low Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis backing down. Baycoat misses the layup. It lips out. Delaware State can't buy a bucket today.
No, they can't put it in a hole.
As much money there is in college basketball and the revelations that came out this weekend about buying and selling, you think Del State would be able to afford a bucket of some kind. I hope we don't get in trouble for saying that.
No, you shouldn't say that.
Hi, NCAA. Hi, FBI. Tyler Jones left baseline. Yes. He muscles his way down low. Tyler Jones with the authority.
15 for Tyler.
And 11 rebounds. 48-34. Hawks lead under 5 to play from the Heights Center. And this one's looking to be in the bag for Maryland Eastern Shore, barring an uncharacteristic Hornet hot shooting streak. And that's an air ball from Salik Edwards. I don't think they're going to get it done tonight, Dave.
48-34. It's the Hawks games if they just don't throw it away. And don't commit a foul. They can't. That's the only thing stopping the clock.
Hawks have gotten the turnovers under control. They've given it away just 13 times in this game. That's about their average. Lowest turnover committing team in the MEAC. They just don't force that many. This one's in the middle of the paint, rolled out, and speak of the devil, there's a turnover. 3-on-2 rush for Delaware State. It's Edwards, blocked by McIntosh, off the backboard. Now it's Jones, uncontested, slam dunk. Listen to that crowd. Play of the year, Logan Mcintosh on senior night. Brings them to their feet. Timeout for Delaware State. 4:14 to play in the second half. 50-34, Maryland Eastern Shore. A fast break for the Hornets. It was Edwards who had the open look on the layup.
McIntosh.
And Logan Mcintosh pulling LeBron James, rattling the backboard with the block. Unbelievable.
You can probably hear it on the air. He hit it so hard.
Yeah. If this crowd mic is worth its salt. Well, McIntosh, the crowd-raising moment on senior night. And he's got a shot at all MEAC, I'm sure, but I think he's going to be underappreciated. Just the way the year's been going for Maryland Eastern Shore. If they hold on here, they'll be 7-24 and just 3-13 in the MEAC. But he's lowered his head and shoulders and charged forward and done everything he needed to do in a short-handed year when he thought he was going to be a compliment to Ryan Andino and Dante Caldwell and all of them. And it turns out he's the man.
Yeah, he's the man playing monster minutes too, by the way.
That he is.
All year long.
Third in the league in minutes played. Lowe suits up. He's on the floor for almost 36 minutes of contest. And he's going to get a rousing ovation, I'm sure, when this game ends. McIntosh with a block off the backboard. Hawks control. They were able to fling up to Tyler Jones, who had nobody within about 50 feet of him. Elected for just the sure-handed, two-handed jam.
Yes. Under control again for his 17th point.
Now we're going to have a highlight of that. That's for darn sure. Delaware State to inbound after they took a timeout. It was a full timeout. I don't think that was a planned media, though. Full court press.
Oh, that should happen.
Del State's Tavakalian slithering into the front court. Now it's Collins, trapped. Cross-court rainbow Tavakalian, wide open right wing three. Lips out. Rebound flung out of bounds by McIntosh. And with 4 minutes even on the clock, we'll see if we throw it to a media.
Should happen right now.
Well, I suppose technically there's like tenths of a second still on, so it's not the, quote, under media timeout. Not to nitpick. But yes, I'm nitpicking. Okulier to Tavakalian, left side layups in, and a high percentage shot for the Hornets. That's really the only thing that's gone. 50-36, and even the high percentage shots are sort of middling for Del State tonight. Logan Mcintosh sitting on the rock for the Shore, dribbling to the right sideline. Low, cross court to Frost. Frost accelerating, left seam, off the backboard. No, and Tyler Jones with a two-handed tip in. TJ perfectly positioned. He's got 19 and 12. 52-36. Delaware State trying to make things honest at least. 3.5 to play. Marquise Collins on the right seam, stripped by Frost, out of bounds. Last touch by Frost. He got a big hand on it, and this should be our final media timeout. And will it be? No? Yep, no timeout.
They must have thought
that 4:14 it was. So, Steve, you can send us the ads. We can say it on the air as Okulier steps out of bounds and Del State gives it away again. I think there's a car, some kind of car that we advertise.
Let's give the Hawks some defensive credit tonight because they've done an outstanding job. I mean, Delaware State has not shot well, but I'm going to give that credit to the Hawks defense.
Oh, absolutely. Logan Mcintosh, right to left across the timeline. One big block for McIntosh. He doesn't get many blocks, but that will be ringing in his head for the rest of his life. Frost feeds down low to Jones. It juggles around, and Colin Gaynor with the up and under layup. Gaynor with the acrobatics after the broken play. 54-36, Hawks lead, under 3 to play. This is Marquise Collins, retreats to the timeline for Delaware State. Flings it, intercepted by Colin Gaynor. Gaynor stepped right in front of it, feed to Frost. Frost going up with it, missed the layup. Tavakalian juggles the rebound to himself. Tavakalian gliding into the front court. One-hand feed for Okoye, and he's fouled by Logan Mcintosh. Okoye with 2 free throws coming up. Myron Thomas to check in for the Hawks. This is a 2-shot foul for Okoye. And Del State will go to deep bench. Miles Carter, freshman from Philadelphia, will get some garbage time action. Okuye's first free throw, nothing but net. Well, we're getting down to the end of it, and I think we can start bringing this one in and bringing you the numbers. It looks like, barring a spectacular Delaware State comeback, Maryland Eastern Shore will finish the regular season at 7-24. They'll be 3-13 in the MEAC. This win will snap a 5-game losing streak for the Hawks, and they will be locked into the number 12 seed in the MEAC tournament. Second free throw by Okuye lips in, 24-38. Del State trailing, Maryland Eastern Shore leading. McIntosh coast to coast. He's blocked from behind by Okuye, and Tavakalian chases down the board. Tavakalian jumps a pass up to Mitchell. Mitchell, right low post, turnaround, layup, good, and one. So Del State inching back, but is it too little too late for the Hornets? Del State with a loss would fall to 3-27 overall. They'd be 1-14 in the MEAC. They'll close their season on Thursday against Morgan State, I believe.
And Logan's continually talking to the referees, and that's probably not a good thing to be doing.
Not at all, but it's his senior night. He's probably going to come out fairly soon, as Myron Thomas is fouled out of the game. That was his 5th foul, and Ahmad Frost checks back in. Myron finishes with 9 points and 6 boards. Mitchell, a 2-shot foul coming up here. He's a 56% free throw shooter. Or no, it's just a 1-shot, and he rolls it in. Or no, that was the and one. All jumbled up here late in the game. 54-41. Eastern Shore leads. 2 minutes even to play.
There we go.
Frost at the Maroon M. Wraps it around to Baycoat. Now it's Gaynor. Colin Gaynor. A couple of steals tonight. He's been a defensive pest for the Hornets. 8 to shoot. McIntosh, crossover dribble, working hard. Jumps it out to Baycoat. Right corner for 3. Skims the rim. Bounces once to Tavakalian. And here comes Del State. Mitchell feeds Okuye down low. A one-handed slam from the right side. Well, Delaware State not going away. 54-43. Eastern Shore on top. 90 seconds remaining. If I'm the Hawks, I sit on this thing until there's about 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. That clock is your friend right here. And Colin Gaynor, knowing it, sits on it and gives up what would have been an open look from the left corner. Gaynor wraps it around to Jones. TJ spins left baseline, attacks the iron, and it's in. Tyler Jones make it 3 straight 21-point games. He's got 21 and 12. 56-43 Eastern Shore leads, and now there's a layup in transition by Collins. 56-45, 1 minute to play. Here's Ahmad Frost dribbling to the right sideline, and he'll just sit on this rock. Najee Fitzgerald ready to come back in at the next break. Fitzgerald, the senior, will see action in his final minute at the Heights Center, and I'm guessing he'll come in for Logan Mcintosh. Cam Baycoat gets fouled near the timeline, an intentional foul against Marquise Collins. And here it is. Najee Fitzgerald in, Logan Mcintosh out, and Logan Mcintosh will get an ovation on senior night. The guard from Atlanta, Georgia, who made his home in Princess Anne, Maryland, by way of Oklahoma. He'll finish his last game on this floor with 5 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 massive block. Baycoat's first free throw up and in. The Hawks will improve to 7-24. They'll finish 3-13 in the MEAC. They will not be in the cellar. And they will play next Monday night at 9 o'clock in the first round of the MEAC tournament against an opponent to be determined. Second free throw for Baco, too strong. 57-45. Eastern Shore on top. 40 seconds of play. Del State looking for some more points. Okulie's got it. Turnaround jumper from the left elbow. Yes. 57-47. Frost, the inbound, stripped, but it's out of bounds by Mitchell's hand. About a 5-second difference between shot and game clock, and really all Del State's playing for is the chance to get it back within single digits. The Hawks don't have a double-digit win in MEAC play this year. They beat Hampton by 9 points 2 months ago, and they beat Florida A&M by 1. Now here's a steal by Mitchell, but Frost steals it right back. Shot clock's off. Najee Fitzgerald, right wing for 3. Nope. Tyler Jones with the rebound, though, and he'll dribble it out. Pumps the brakes. Fitzgerald, he'll try again. Najee up and under off the bottom of the iron. He's fighting for his own rebound, flings it up, and in! Najee Fitzgerald! His first field goal! And that's all she wrote from Maryland Eastern Shore. A signature win for Logan Mcintosh and Najee Fitzgerald, and the Hawks for the second straight year knock off their Route 13 rivals. Hawks 59, Hornets 47. Maryland Eastern Shore finishes 6-5 at home this season. They have a winning record in the Heitch. Bobby Collins will come over to talk it over. We won't know the matchups, of course, until after Thursday, but we'll know 9 o'clock on Monday. And here's the victorious Coach Collins. Final game of the regular season at the Heitch Center. Well, Coach, we'll get right into it. Your thoughts on this one?
Hey. I thought that was some ugly basketball, but we won the game. It's been a long time coming. The good thing about tonight, somebody had to win. I'm happy about the win.
Yeah. You play. Let's give the defense some credit. The guys played really hard. The defense. You held them under 50 points. That hasn't been done in a while.
Yeah, we did. But I thought our offense was a little stagnant. We missed a lot of layups, and they missed a lot of layups. And that definitely was a difference in the game.
Tyler Jones, his second double-double of the year, 21 points, 13 rebounds. He's coming into his own scoring-wise at the right time.
Absolutely. When we got an inside presence, and if we know we got that to go to, we'll be a better team. And there's no better time now than going into the tournament.
Right.
We got to get Logan Mcintosh healthy and go into the tournament and be ready to fight. I thought we showed some fight tonight, and we did that by picking up full court, trying to cause havoc. Yeah. And we just did some good things.
Yep. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Bobby Collins.
Great job, guys, and I'm proud of our fans for coming out supporting us.
All right, Coach, we'll talk to you on Thursday at M Street. Bobby Collins, the victorious head coach for Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks a 59-47 win over the Delaware State Hornets tonight. And that's it for the regular season. We'll wrap things up with the final box score right after this on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pardon our dust there, folks. We're building the Field of Dreams.
While University of Maryland Eastern Shore's baseball fields undergo renovations, the Hawks will share the nest with the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium. For the first time, fans can purchase season tickets to all 25 home games at Purdue Stadium for only $75. The home opener is Saturday with a doubleheader against Lafayette starting at noon. Get your tickets at umestickets.com.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk postgame show. We're courtside here at the Heitch Athletics Center, where the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks have just wrapped up a 59-47 win over the Delaware State Hornets, their third straight win over Del State. They close out the regular season with a win. Will DeBoer with you, alongside me, Dave Bird. And Dave, Coach Collins said it, so we don't have to bring it up. That was some ugly basketball from the Heitch Center tonight.
That's right, but the guys played extremely hard, Will. Extremely hard. Especially Logan Mcintosh was giving 110%. And Tyler Jones playing inside very well against a bigger team. It's kind of a little boost going into the MEAC tournament.
It certainly is. And let's hop right into the raw numbers. Eastern Shore shot 21 of 61 from the floor. That's 34%. 6 of 21 from deep. And Sterling 11 of 14 from the free throw line. That's 79%. All right, well, we got the video of the Logan Mcintosh block now, so watch for that on the highlight show. Delaware State held to 47 points, the first time the Hawks have held anybody under 50 since they did it to Navy back in December of 2014. Dale State shooting 17 of 56, that's 30%, 4 of 16 from long range, 9 of 12 from the charity stripe. Leading scorer for the Hawks for the third straight game, it's Tyler Jones, 21 points, leads all scorers, 8 of 12 shooting, and 13 rebounds. His second career double-double, first since he did it against Jackson State in the Emerald Coast Classic back in November. Balanced attack for the Hawks otherwise, 11 for Cam Baycoat off the bench, his second straight double-digit scoring output. 5 for Logan Mcintosh. Here's McIntosh's line. 5 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 massive block. Best block of his career, a rare block for him, but one that certainly brought everybody to their feet.
Yeah, probably one of the most exciting events of the year.
Absolutely.
The crowd loved it. A lot of noise in the Heights Center.
I'll buy that. 5 points for Ahmad Frost. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 4 for Colin Gaynor off the bench. Myron Thomas had 9 points and 6 rebounds as well. 2 points for Sean Hoggs. 2 points for Najee Fitzgerald. It's his senior night, the walk-on. You could tell they were trying to work it to him down low. He missed a 3. He missed another jumper. And basically from the seat of his pants, up and under for the layup. And it went, and that got the second largest cheer of the night for Najee, former student manager, a walk-on all this year. And he got his only points of the game. And Leandre Thomas played just 1 minute in the game, picked up 2 fouls. We didn't see him in the second half as the Hawks went small ball for the most part, and that says more about the approach to the Hawks than it does about Thomas. For Delaware State, 12 points off the bench for Simon Okulye, 10 for Marquise Collins, 7 each for Artem Tavakalian and Jonathan Mitchell, and then a lot of 3s and 2s. 3 for Pinky Wiley, 2 for Joe Lewis, 2 for Jonathan Walker, 2 for Amir Bennett and Salik Edwards. Scoreless in the game were Miles Carter and Demola Onifade. Rebounding-wise, Eastern Shore 46 to 38. A lot of rebounds for the Hawks off a lot of misses. 13 to 9 off the offensive glass. Assists 11 to 8. Not much flow to this game, but the Hawks were able to pick up 11 helpers. 4 of them for Frost, 3 each for McIntosh and for Baycoat. Turnovers 16 for Eastern Shore, a little more than they usually do, but they forced 18 from Delaware State. Blocks 6 to 2 for the Hornets. Steals 8 to 8. Points in the paint, it was all square, 22-22. Points off turnovers was 15 to 10 Eastern Shore. Second chance points. This is where the Hawks really got their advantage, 19-4 off the offensive glass. Fast break points 2-0 Hawks. Bench points 25-17 Del State. 1 tie and 1 lead change as Delaware State held a 7-1 lead at one point in this game. Hawks found themselves down about 11-3 at the second media timeout. Eventually went on a 20-3 run to get it in their control, and Maryland Eastern Shore cruising throughout the rest of the way. They stretched it to 18 over the final few minutes. Del State shaved off a couple late, but a 12-point victory for Maryland Eastern Shore, their largest margin of victory in the MEAC this season at 12 points, and they do it in front of a senior night crowd of 2,205 at the Heights Athletic Center.
And it was fun to watch.
Yes, it was.
It might have been a little ugly basketball, but it was fun to watch, and it was exciting. And a lot of good things happen at the Heights Center tonight. And one is that we usually play, but we usually win at the Heights Center.
Yes, usually win, and that's the case this year as Maryland Eastern Shore. 11 games in this building in 2017-18, 6-5, a winning season at home. Let's take a look at the MEAC scoreboard, shall we? I have a feeling at the end of the night there's going to be a lot of head scratching, and they're going to cut to that Monty Python character who's got a handkerchief on his head and says, "My brain hurts." There's probably like 2 people out there who get that reference. But anywho, Norfolk State winners 79-74 at Howard earlier today, so they are 11-4 in conference play. 5 minutes to go from Bethune-Cookman, and North Carolina A&T leads the Wildcats 75-68. Bethune-Cookman a half a game up on second place Hampton, 1 game up on third place, 3 teams there. A loss means that there's a tie. And then over in Savannah State, the Tigers leading North Carolina Central 55-40. Savannah's come out and punched the Eagles in the mouth 13-2 so far in the second half. If all those results hold, we got a 5-way tie in the MEAC first place standings.
And I can't remember ever that happening. And we're going to designate you to figure out how to tiebreaker.
Me, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well,
not me.
Well,
just a thought.
David Bird,
Thursday night you can figure all that out.
Well, at least looking at the pods on Thursday, because Maryland Eastern Shore is off. Let's see, Bethune-Cookman's at Florida A&M, so they've got on paper at least, a fairly easy path to that final victory. Savannah State's visiting South Carolina State. North Carolina A&T is visiting their rivals at NC Central. And then the big matchup is the one in Tidewater. Right. Hampton at Norfolk State. Added drama to that one as Hampton leaving the MEAC at the end of this season. The final regular season matchup between the two sort of intra-city rivals, intra-Tidewater rivalry. And this one could be